Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
You gotta keep moving, let's go. Don't quit till you got nothing left.
You can either live your dreams or live your fears.
Because you'll have bad times, but that'll always wake you up to the good stuff you weren't paying attention to.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
From the Cancer Sucks Studios, you just tuned in to Life Lessons and Cancer Hope with Coach Steve. Listen, cancer ain't got nothing on me. Introducing an outstanding podcast where we discuss relatable life lessons, ambition, motivation, and perseverance. Welcome back to another episode. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the show. We're going to have a little dialogue today, trying to pep myself up too and talk to you guys out there in the audience at the same time here. So no guest today, but we definitely have an exciting show. I'll probably do this in a couple of parts. I want to start with, the day they told me I had cancer. Now, the show right here today that we're going to talk about is not just for people with cancer or loved ones that are dealing with, people in their life with cancer. This can apply to anybody with drug addiction or alcoholism, starting a new business, wanting to start a new business, wanting a promotion in their job, wanting to lose weight, wanting to just get better in fitness. So let's get started. So the day they told me, I had cancer, the tumors were all over the liver. This was about a year ago. If you guys didn't tune in to podcast number 1, you should definitely do that to listen to my story. It was, something happened, you almost like got broken, but I ended up putting myself back together again after a couple of days. But they basically told me, that's it. Your life's done, and you look at your my wife and the kids and think, man, this is not the way it was supposed to be. This is not the way life was supposed to be. I worked out, I ate well for the most part, and stayed healthy, and just tried to my thought was it gonna, live a long life. You're just, you're careful out there in life and hope you don't, freaking get in a car accident or anything like that, or have a really bad injury. But you just never know. You never know the cards that that you're going to be dealt with, or the cards taken away from you and dealt with a completely different hand. And we're going to talk about that today. But first I want to talk about, ambition versus motivation. So, you may have the ambition to go out there and, better yourself, improve yourself, get stronger, trying to go through the chemo treatments or trying to be there for your loved one. Wanting to do it, wanting to, be there, wanting to lose weight, wanting that promotion in your job, wanting to start a new business. But there's a difference. It's action. You have to take action. And that's the difference between ambition versus motivation. Let's just use an example of working out, right? You can want to work out, you can have all that ambition, or you can want to start a business, but unless you take action, that action turns into motivation. And once you have that motivation turns into discipline. So it takes a little bit to get going, but once that, once you start getting that motivation, it's, you're motivating yourself. It just automatically turns into discipline. And that applies to any struggle in life, any desire in life. And if we're talking about cancer, wanting to be disciplined to get up and move after every chemo treatment. Now, and this is the tough part, right, in life with cancer, because you're up and you're trying to fight through the chemo treatment and you're trying to be better and improve and get your stomach and trying to gain a little weight that you lost and get stronger. And then all of a sudden in 2 weeks, guess what? You're down again. You're down and you got to start over. But that's okay. That's the ambition turns into motivation and discipline. You discipline yourself to do it again. Keep going. You may want to do that for your family. Your spouse, your kids, do it for yourself, because, you don't have a choice, you want to live. But, again, this can apply to, pretty much anything. So, all right. And I'm going to put a clip up here now for those that listening on the podcast audio. This is out on the YouTube channel and, there'll be some clips on here. But if not, you're going to hear the audio. Anybody heard of Louise Hay? She is, God rest her soul. She rest in peace now. She had some cancer she had to deal with, but she is a goddess when it comes to positive affirmations. You really should check her out if you haven't heard from her. Positive affirmations is just a must. I mean, what you put out in the universe comes back to you. All these miserable people and all the negative people. And, they wonder why nothing changes in their life or nothing positive comes out. And it's not because they don't see the positive. That may be part of it, but it's because the positive just doesn't come to them. They don't put out that positive vibe out in the universe. And it's not just positive vibe, but it's, all of us, we really don't know why we're here, on this planet, but, we got to make the most of it, and not just for ourselves and our family, because, a couple generations, 3 generations down, no one's going to remember who you are, but you got to reach out to people you don't know, connecting to people you don't know, and especially people that share your life struggles. That's important. That is a strong connection. That's just, lifelong and really important for your own health. So anyway, we're going to play these clips.
Now, I know that you've heard me say many times, or you've read or listened on the tapes, that loving yourself is the most powerful thing we can do.
I think that everything you think and everything you speak goes out from you into the universe and comes back to you multiplied. There is a law of thinking, and we are beginning to learn about it, and it is like a computer.
Everything we give out can help people really improve the quality of their lives.
See, when there's problems, we don't have to fix problems so much. We need to fix our thinking.
Because there's something very powerful about looking in your own eyes and accepting yourself.
When I get to a really good level, then it's like, okay, now we're going to deal with this thing.
I say thank you many, many, many times of the day, often not to anyone else. I just, oh, thank you. That's so wonderful.
All right. Well, that was, you definitely got to check her out. This is, positive affirmations every day, and it can apply to, not just cancer. It could apply to, anything in life. You're miserable at your job, or, you want a business, ambition turns into motivation and discipline. You got to have those positive affirmations. You got to put out that positivity and that light into the universe, because, the universe listens, and brings it back to you. So there's that one. All right. And we're going to talk about, you can't sit down and feel sorry for yourself. You have to dig down deep. Whatever struggle you're going through, whether you're just trying to lose weight or again, cancer, and, I got cancer, whatever stage it may be, my family, this and that, and gosh, this is just the way it is what it is, and, no, it's not, it is what it is. If that's what you want, hey, go go map out a gravesite, but I decided, you know what? After a couple days of me being broken like that and me being, the cards that I was dealt with, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to sit down and feel sorry for myself. I'm going to change this and I'm going to fight every day and I'm going to dig down. You have to dig down deep, to get it done. You have to propel yourself to make yourself better. So that's what it comes down to. Keep moving forward. If you get knocked down, and life's gonna knock you down, right? Like that Rocky speech, right? But just if you get knocked down, make sure you're facing up. Okay, so you can just get right back up. You look up and you get up. All right. But that's what it is. Propelling forward, inch by inch, foot by foot. You're not gonna, do a lot of accomplishments or recover from chemo quickly, or be able to go from, I'm, throwing up, laying in bed to the next day. Oh, I just took a 2-mile walk and I feel great. We're going to get into that in a little bit, but yeah. So talking about the universe is, having a flexed mindset. Believing in yourself, believing in the universe, and embracing, the adversities that you go through, and not having a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset is just gonna keep you down. It's gonna slow you down, and you have to be around like-minded people. You really do. You can't be around people that have a fixed mindset. It's just, it just brings you down. So, definitely that's the tip of the day, tip of all this. If you take anything from today, I would say, be around like-minded people and have a flexed mindset, not a fixed mindset. So, then it comes to, so we're going to start making changes. We're going to make life changes. Whatever it is that you're going through, you have to do it. And it's okay. It'll take time, little by little. But it's part of the healing process. Part of the healing process of, you want to improve yourself. You want to lose weight. You want to have more physical fitness. You want to start a business, or you're losing your business. It's, start making the changes and digging down deep. All right. So, and don't tell yourself it's too hard. You just, that's where it is. That's where that fixed mindset comes into, you start telling yourself it's too hard. And when that happens, most people start to back off and, then you just get in a rut, and, sometimes you have to, sometimes I get myself in a rut. We're all human. I'm human. And I'm doing this podcast and I'm, and this is kind of helping me, bring myself up because I've been, dealing with this for over a year. But, you find a way to do it. You got to. Whatever, no matter what the life struggle is, you got to find a way to do it. Whatever that ambition that you want, find a way to do it so the action takes place. So then it turns into motivation. And what happens with motivation? Turns into discipline and turns into, okay, now you're bettering yourself. Doesn't just because you have cancer or you're going through, some other life struggle doesn't mean you can't better yourself. You got to talk to yourself. Like, I'm talking to myself now. I'm talking to you guys. You got to have that dialogue. You imagine doing a task and you tell yourself you're about to do it. Then you do it. So, if, you're feeling sick and you're trying to go through the chemo and I tell myself, okay, you know what, today I'm going to walk down to the bottom of the driveway, or I'm going to walk down to the bottom of the driveway and I'm going to put my hand on the mailbox. That's my goal. I'm going to imagine doing that task. I'm going to tell myself to do it. Then I'm going to do it. you can't start off on by saying, hey, yeah, I'm going to go for I really want to feel better. I want to go back to my 5K run, or I want to go back to, lifting crazy weight and being out there, or, I want to be able to take road trips, or feel better, or mow the lawn, after chemo, things like that. And not that anybody likes to mow the lawn, but hey, if you do, God bless you. You got to imagine doing that task. And then the next day, you start off by going down to the bottom of the driveway. The next day you're going down to your neighbor's mailbox, and you tell yourself you're going to do it. You're going to get down there and you're going to do it. And, hey, I'm down at the gym and I'm doing these lifts, and I tell myself realistically, obviously you can, it's hard not to do a little ego lifting when you're feeling bad, and all of a sudden you feel good and you got these endorphins going, and, but it's got to be realistic, and you tell yourself inch by inch, foot by foot, lift a little bit of weight by a little bit of weight. You're going to do this. You imagine doing it, and you just do it. And then it's just, you dig deeper the next day and you get a little farther and you push yourself a little farther and farther. So minimal effort for accomplishment to start is okay. Like I said, slowly doing more every time is the way to do it. What about fear? Being fearful is definitely not productive, but fear is part of the process. But so is going through it. You have to go through the process. So just try to remember, those fears of, what's going to happen, or, I got bad news on a scan, or things like that. You know what? It's not productive. What are you going to do about it is productive. You're going to fight. You're going to have a positive affirmation. You're going to do holistic care if you have to, along with whatever options that the doctor may give you. You may go for, you know what? I'm going to go for that. I'm going to go for 10, 12 consultation opinions if I have to. I'm going to, put some gas in the car and drive 800 miles if I have to go get a consultation. Whatever it takes, hey, it's up to you, but, a lot of times when you get through these adversities, you don't have a choice. You may think you do, but, hey, that's up to you. But, you want to fight, you want to live, you want to be happy. So, not just fear, but sadness. We all go through it, right? But choose more than sadness, more than fear, All right. Let's see what's next here. Oh, yeah. So be a creator of how you handle your circumstance. All right. So, whatever circumstance you've got, we've talked about the, before in the beginning of the show, we talked about the cards, the hand, the hand that you got dealt with, and little by little, you're not going to want to just trade in all your five cards and expect, hey, I'm going to do it. You start off slow, you may have a pair of twos and then you go for a pair of threes, and, you work up to a flush, and, you keep working up from there. I don't really play poker, but you deal with the cards that you've got and you try to change it and be that creator of how you handle your circumstance. And it's you're not rolling the dice here, and gambling on your life here. You're taking the cards and you're trying to make them best of it, change it little by little, pushing forward, and the more you do, the more you can handle. Just remember that. And the more you're going to get fired up. That's where the motivation comes in, not ambition, motivation. The more you do, the more you can handle, the more you're going to get fired up. So, all right, hopefully everybody enjoyed the show. We're going to dive into some other things in part 2 of this video. And all right, you guys, we'll see you in the next video. From the Cancer Sucks Studios, that is a wrap. Check us out in future episodes of our podcast and be sure to subscribe.
But before we go, just want to give a shout out to all the admirable and devoted caregivers out there. Until next time, stay strong. We got this.
Because every once in a while, the lion has to show the jackals who he is.